Caloroga Shark Media.
Hi there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Congratulations to Alan. He holds the world's record for most years digging graves. The record's 73 years. Alan is retiring at age 92 after digging graves at Galveston Cemetery in Indiana for 73 years and 75 days. He got the job after covering the shift of the previous guy who was supposed to cover for a week back in 1952. It turned into a career. And by 2021, he had the record for longest career as a gravedigger. Previous record, 68 years, 191 days. His son, Dean, said he was planning on digging for a few more weeks, but after a spell of not feeling well, we believe he's accepted his decision, both mentally and physically. Alan is feeling better, in case you're curious. The Guinness World Record said the auction of the Cheeto-ard has resulted in a new record. Now, if you're like, what's a Cheeto-ard? Obviously, it is a Flaming Hot Cheeto shaped like the Pokémon Charizard. The Cheeto-ard was auctioned off for $87,840, proving someone has too much money, or maybe they don't anymore. That earned the record for highest price paid for a video game likeness corn snack. Dave is the head of consignment for Golden Auctions. He said part of what makes this item so fun and unique is it bridges 2 fandoms, Pokemon and Cheetos. The Cheeto was originally purchased on eBay by Paul for $350. And I'll remind you, he sold it for $87,840. Who bought that? I don't know. Nice job by a waitress in Florida. Gloria has quietly built one of the most impactful grassroots feeding operations in the country, serving more than 270,000 meals to people experiencing homelessness since 2012. Gloria is a 62-year-old immigrant from Barbados. She started small, cooking out of her home in Fort Lauderdale with whatever she could afford from her waitress salary. She said, I started with buying a little bit of spaghetti and ground beef, and I started with 40 meals. The next week it went to 60, then 80. Before you knew it, it was 200 meals every weekend. Today, she purchases large quantities of chicken, fish, fresh produce, rice, bread, and bottled water, enough to feed 175 to 200 people regularly. At the peak during COVID, she was serving up to 600 meals. She says, when it's cold, windy, raining, it doesn't matter. We have to show up. A warning from the Hardin County Sheriff's Office. Please do not try to approach or catch the emu. Authorities in Kentucky have said Mystery the emu got loose when storms knocked down her shelter and her fence. Mystery the emu escaped from the owner's property on Salt River Road. You know the place. The police said, please do not try to approach or catch her. Emus will run if frightened, which makes it harder for her owner to safely get her home. At the time of this recording, I have no update on the emu named Mystery. It remains a mystery. All right, John, why were you late for work this time? Well, you see, boss, I was driving there on the I-10 in California, and suddenly this truck turns over and spilled syrup all over the road. Yeah, now this happened, boss. It closed the highway for like 9 hours. Hundreds of gallons of syrup were spilled all over the tin. Caltrans showed up. They tried to use an absorbent material to clean up the syrup, but it was too sticky, so they had to bring a water truck to hose down the roadway. The westbound lanes were closed for like 9 hours. And they didn't open up the lanes until 8 p.m., so that's why I was late. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. Have a good one.